How's it going, everybody? It was a close race between Zhongjun and Nuxia in last video's comment section, but I think Nuxia edged out. And also her traps need some explaining when you look at what the comment for on the player has to say about it. But we'll get into that in a minute. We're covering the normal moveset first. Nothing that we didn't already know, the attacks remain unchanged. All her combo lights are 400 milliseconds and all her heavies are 800. The heavy speed is important for the traps, so keep that in mind for a minute. She's very straightforward with little to no variance when it comes to the speed of her attacks. The only thing that stands out is the zone, which with 1000 milliseconds is pretty slow. Her dodge attacks are 600 from the top and 500 from the sides. I've already hinted at it in the Shaolin video, but there's no variable timing when into the dodge the attacks occur. It's always the exact same timing. 300 milliseconds into the dodge, the attack starts. Static windows is the name of the game for the Wulin hero, sadly. Moving on to her trap move. Let's go over the basics first. Traps can be used against three things. A block, a parry, which includes option select parries like with a zone attack, and moves with superior block properties. Keep that in mind as that will be a big deal in a moment. The move always happens at feint timing, which, as all her heavies are the same speed, is at 400 milliseconds into the attack. And then the trap itself is 400 milliseconds as well. This has remained unchanged. What has changed is that she can now combo into a light from a whiffed trap. It is a 400 millisecond combo light, which means that the attack will connect 600 milliseconds after the whiffed trap. And mind you, this is with a buffered input. If you first need to realize that your trap has whiffed and you then input the light, it will come out considerably later. So what does this mean now for countering the trap? Like the devs have mentioned, you can no longer guard break on reaction to the trap, because you will eat the buffered light that I mentioned previously. But if the light isn't buffered, you will still be grabbed out of it. This is also the case if you don't throw the light at all, obviously. You cannot counter guard break in either scenario. But keep in mind that if you throw the light buffered, the 400 millisecond attack becomes reactable, and on a correct read, like a simple guard change, that light can be parried quite consistently. So what should you do then to counter traps if the guard break is so risky? If your light does not have superior block properties, you can, on reaction, counter the trap with it. This obviously will require practice, as it is a completely different kind of reaction to something than most people are used to. But because of the large window of 600 milliseconds between trap whiff and her light landing, pretty much all attacks from the opponent will interrupt the light. Well, all light attacks, that is. This is even more so the case as people will most likely react before the trap has even whiffed, meaning sometime in the animation. So to summarize, the trap move is still counterable on reaction with a light attack, if that light does not have block properties. The devs succeeded in making the guard break more or less a read, but the move is still far from a safe mix-up. It might take a while until this becomes apparent because we still need to get used to her, but the efficiency of the trap will go down considerably over time. Now onto a deflect. People have repeatedly told me you can change the direction of the move. Yes, but that still doesn't make it guaranteed. The move itself is 300 milliseconds, which absolutely means that it is unreactable, but like I said, it's not guaranteed on all attacks. I will look into this further when I make the punish video for Nuxia, but as of now, you can follow this rule of thumb. If you deflect a heavy attack and change the direction of the follow-up, it is guaranteed. If you deflect a light attack, your opponent can make a read, and still block it. I will give you a more detailed list later after having tested different recovery attacks. And that's it. I hope that things, especially her trap move, are clearer now and you guys will practice to punish it correctly. It is by no means unreactable, but also not an easy one at all. Let me know if you still have questions. Until then, thanks for watching. Laters everybody.